Hello, we're going to look at example 30, and it says consider unit cube A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So all this is a unit cube, so that means each length is length 1, each edge of this cube. Let O be the point where the four diagonals meet. So they've kind of drawn the diagonals, and they meet at this point 0. Find the OA dot product OB. So OA dot product OB. So let's go ahead and let's just draw a quick little picture. Do the best I can. We have OA, B, and then we can have the angle between those. We'll call that one theta, right? And it's OA, OB. So we want to find OA dot product OB, and that's going to be the magnitude of OA times the magnitude of OB times the cosine of the angle between them, which is theta. So we're going to try to find all those things out. Now, the first thing we want to look at is we got to figure out length OA, or the magnitude OA. Well, it's kind of hard to see right here, but I can see that OA and this is going to end up being an isosceles triangle, right? So we know that OA and OB are going to be the same length, right? So I know that the magnitude OA is going to be equal to the magnitude OB, right? And if we look at it in this this diagonal, it's going to be half this length right here of this triangle right here, AGC, but it's going to be half of the length of the length of AG, right? Right, half of that length, right? So I'm going to go ahead and draw that triangle, right? So if I draw that triangle out, let's say it looks something like this, and that's going to be a right triangle, right? Where we're going to have AGC, right? AG and then C, right? Now, if I can figure out what AG is, then I can figure out, and then I'll know what OA is. But this is a right triangle. I do know that this length is 1, right? Good. But I don't know AC right off. But if both these lengths are 1, right here, there is another right triangle right here, kind of like that. And if this is 1, this is 1, I know that I can find AC. That's going to be root 2, right? Root 2, because 1 squared plus 1 squared is 1. Take the square root. 1 plus 1 is 2. Square root of 2 is square root of 2. So I know that this side is square root of 2, right? And then now I can go ahead and use this and find what my AG is equal to, right? So I know AG squared is going to be equal to this side square root of 2 squared plus 1 squared, right? Which is 2 plus 1, which is 3. But then take the square root, and I know AG is going to be equal to the square root of 3. So now I know this is the square root of 3. Now that I have that, now I know that both those sides, half of AG, which is root 3, this is going to be root 3 over 2. So now I figured out that both these sides are root 3 over 2, root 3 over 2, good. And now AB is length 1, right? Now I need to find, now I have the two lengths, I need to find out what the angle is between them, or try to find out what the angle is between them. But look, I have all three sides and the angle between here. I can use the law of cosine. So I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to do the law of cosines right up here, right? So I know that 1 squared is equal to root 3 over 2 squared plus root 3 over 2 squared minus 2 times root 3 over 2 root 3 over 2 times the cosine of theta. And then I'm going to have 1 is equal to, this is going to be 3/4 plus 3/4 minus 2 times 3/4 again, right? root 3 times root 3 is 3, 2 times 2 is 4, times the cosine of theta. And then 3/4 is going to be, that's going to be 6/4 or 3/2, right? Minus another 3/2. This 2 cancels out with the 4, so 3/2 cosine of theta. Good. Subtract 3/2, right? I get a negative half over here, and I get a negative 3/2 cosine theta, right? And then I'll multiply, well, the negatives will cancel, and I'll take 1/2 multiplied by the reciprocal, which is 2/3 equals cosine theta, right? And then now I'll know that cosine of theta is equal to 1/3, right? And that's what I wanted to find out. I can find out cosine of theta. I could have found out the angle and plugged it back in and get it, but I already know the cosine of theta, the angle between that, is 1/3. So I can use that information to come back up here, and I can say OA dot product OB, right? The magnitude of OA is the same as OB, which is root 3 over 2. So it's root 3 over 2 times root 3 over 2 times the cosine of theta, which is we found out to be 1/3. Then this guy is going to be 3/4 times 1/3. And then finally, our final answer right here is OA dot product OB is going to be, the 3's will cancel, a 1/4. So I was able to figure out everything I could. Everything. Ooh, sorry guys. Ooh. I was able to find out everything was equal to 1/4 right here. You got a little extra look at what was on my screen. So, thank you guys. There you go.